Okay, in this little, I'm going to call this kind of an epilogue. I said I was only going to do 3 on the Second Law of Thermodynamics, but based upon some of the comments I got, I'm going to talk about one more. I'm going to cover one more area that the Atheists actually brought up. And from the very beginning, let me say thank you, Mr. Atheists. And it's not just one. I've had several people tell me this, but let's talk about it. Well, again, I've got this is going to be the 4th part, and the first 3. I'll leave the links below to where you can click on them and watch each part that I've done so far in the series. But on this particular one, I'm going to talk about, again, the Second Law of Thermodynamics and what I call the Atheist 10% rule of efficiency against God. Evolutionists and atheists, they love to bring up these arguments that supposedly show how inefficient a creator is based upon certain parameters that they deem inefficient. One of them, just to give you an example, was in the movie Contact. Jodie Foster is an atheist scientist at the end. She's talking to some students, and one of the students asks her, little kid says, is there other life in outer space, other life on other planets? And Jodie Foster says, well, if it isn't, it's an awful waste of space. So that's kind of a quip that the evolutionist atheists like to throw at creationists, because we've got such a huge universe, and what a waste of space if we're the only ones. Well, I've got 2 things to say about that, and I'll leave links in the description below, and you can actually find it online. I'm going to just give you small clips, but you can watch the whole program. They've got a program about how long the universe is supposed to last. Well, our universe is supposed to last into the quadrillions of trillions of years into the future. We've only been here 13.6, and compared to a quadrillion, billion, trillion years into the future, we haven't been here nothing. And we have already started out into space. No, we're not that far. But again, 13.6 billion years to quadrillions of trillions of years into the future. Well, we have plenty of time, don't we, to make up. And then the biggest one, though, that's even worse for the atheist, is the multiverse. You guys have to come up with a multiverse. In other words, you have to propose trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of other universes just to get one like ours. And there's a physicist, Siskind. I'll leave the link to the video below. He talks about the fine-tuning of the universe, and one of the parameters is tuned to 1 chance in 10 to the 120th power. And he says how we get around that, he brings up the multiverse. Okay, so, but I'll leave a link in the description below, again, to another video where the scientists talk about the idea of the multiverse and how it's not science in 2021. So, there, I've knocked your efficiency rule down as far as the multiverse and or the universe goes. You're the wasters of space, and there's plenty of time, according to science, to fill it up. So anyway, but the other one I want to talk about now is, and again, I want to thank the atheists for bringing it up. They say that according to science, 90% of all species have died. That's interesting. And the atheists, they kind of use this kind of like a badge of honor. Oh, see how inefficient God is? Well, actually, you know what you just did? You just trashed evolution. You just told me that basically evolution on this planet never occurred. Neither Darwinian evolution or Neo Darwinian evolution, in other words, random mutation and natural selection, doesn't have the creative power to keep up the good work, so to speak. So why should I believe in evolution if we're down to only 10% left to go? That means that evolution doesn't work on this planet, and it is not working. And in fact, if evolution, the way they've taught it in schools, etc., and every time they talk about it, how so easy it is, well, then if evolution were actually true, you should have more and more and more and more and more and more, can't say more enough, more and more species, not less. But you're not. You're down 90%, all the way down to 10% left. Well, that means evolution doesn't work. And it doesn't work on this planet. That is not a badge of honor for the atheist. That is a ridiculous argument, but please, by all means, bring it up again. Okay, now, but for the Christian theist, this is exactly what the Bible says. Again, I'm talking about a Christian theist. This is exactly what the Bible said would happen. If Adam and Eve, when Adam and Eve fell, they took the whole creation with them. Why? It's a spiritual principle. God gave Adam and Eve rule and charge over everything, and they gave it away. For even the whole creation, all nature, Romans 8:19 through 21. For even the whole creation, all nature, waits eagerly for the children of God to be revealed. For the creation was subjected to frustration and futility, not willingly, because of some intentional fault on its part, but by the will of him who subjected it, in hope that, quote, the creation itself will also be freed from its bondage to decay, and gain entrance into the glorious freedom of the children of God. And God gave man dominion over the entire creation. And we look out into the creation, and if you've watched the other 3 videos, you know for a fact that the whole entire universe is running down, is subject to decay, headed towards maximum disorder. Now how in the world did sheep herders, how did the Apostle Paul in the land of Israel know this 2,000 years ago to write it down? There's only one logical explanation of where he would get this information, and it is by divine revelation. It's proof that God exists, and he has said exactly what's going on in our universe today. Wonderful for the theist, terrible for the atheist. And your 90% rule, if I were you, I'd stop using it. It's not a very good argument. It goes against your precious evolution, believe me. Way against it. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day. I know I will.